welcome to my weekly mindset show with me, Suzanne James. Hope you are doing really well today on this lovely bright Thursday. Pop in, come in, say hi. If you are here live, drop a hey in the comments so I know that you're all here. And if you're catching up on replay, just pop a replay, hashtag replay too, so I can catch up on all of your comments later on today. So today I'm going to be talking about, are you really moving forward in your life and your business? Are you going all out? Are you going all out, or all in rather, all in on yourself and your business? Drop me a hey if you are here live. Hi Debbie, lovely to see you. Really great to see you, and I'll see you later on as well. So yeah, say hi if you're here live. And today we're going to talk about, are you going all in on you and your business? You know, are you, so that you are really moving forward in your life and business? You know, do you set yourselves goals and tasks for the week? And then you find yourself going off on a tangent, doing, you know, the nice, easy things, you know, everything but that one thing that you know is going to really take you forward, you know, is really going to move your life forward, going to change you, is really going to make the difference. So pop it in the comments if any of this kind of resonates with you today. I'm going to give you some tips as well to actually make sure that you are really moving the needle in the things that you're actually doing. So let me know, just, you know, have a chat, pop them in anything in the comments, you know, don't be shy, don't just sit there, please just all join in and you know, and comment and let me know what you're up to as well today. So every week in my Mega Success Mindset Accelerator program, that's my 6-week group coaching and mentoring program. It's for women that are, you know, are achieving rapid success. And, you know, these ladies that are in my program already are making massive strides already. So it's a coaching and mentoring program. And as part of that, you know, these ladies set their tasks for the week, and I hold them accountable for them. And then in our weekly group coaching calls, we go through, hey Caroline, lovely to see you, hey. And as we go through our, you know, the weekly coaching calls, we go through their wins and how well they've done, you know, what's gone well, what's not gone so well, how they're doing in relation to their goals and their targets. You know, and we have that call. And it's really about enforcing those habits as well to take us forward. Now, in this week's session, on our review session, I also gave them an additional task. And that additional task was for them to question whether the goals that they've set themselves and what they're working on, for instance, was really moving the needle for them. You know, was making huge strides in their life, was, you know, really driving them forward and in their life and their business. So it gave them something really to ponder. And actually, as we then sort of went round, a couple of them actually revised their goals for the week just by that little prompt. Because often it's all too easy to do lots of little activities, fiddling with Canva images, you know, tweaking things, making things look nice, procrastinating, you know, kind of being distracted with one thing and then going off. Oh, have I frozen? Let me know, everybody, if I have frozen. I've got no other Wi-Fi on and I can still see. Usually if it's frozen, I kind of get a bit of a thing. Is it frozen for you, Caroline? Is it frozen for you, Debbie? Just let me know. You know, Facebook Live at the moment is just a real pain, isn't it? We did StreamYard the other day in the group and it was so much better, so much better. Yeah, so, okay, Debbie, I'm not sure if it's you, lovely, because it's not frozen my end, and it normally freezes my end if there's going to be a pain. So yeah, they had a prompt, you know, and because we can go off in different directions, can't we? We can start doing all of the niceties, all of the little things that are just not great for us. Or rather, we love doing them. We love doing them all. So we sit there and that's our comfy zone. You know, and things come up on, something pops up and off we go, get distracted and go off doing all of the things. But we put off the real activities, the ones that are going to change your life for you, the ones that are really going to drive you forward. And then you just get frustrated, don't you? You just get frustrated. Let me know if these are the things that you find yourself doing. You know, and what other things do you find yourself doing and then think, oh gosh, you know what? I should have been doing that today. That was my goal. That was what I'm aiming for. That's really going to move me forward. And instead I've done X, Y, Z. So just let me know if those are the things, what other things that you have going on, you know, that actually stops you kind of, or gets you going off on a different tangent. Because, you know, you then kind of think, you know, you're focusing on the other stuff and you're then actually not sure what it is that you should be doing to change. So, firstly, question I'm going to ask you is, oh, fabulous, that's great. Well done, Debbie. Great to have you back. And we're just on to the tips now, so that's good. You're just in the right time. So let me know what sort of things that you do that is your distractions. You know, what are the things that send you off in different directions? Just kind of put in the comments there. And then suddenly you think, oh, I know I'm not doing that. And what's behind it? What do you find is behind it as well? Do you suddenly think, I know that that's my kind of, if fear starts creeping in or something like that, that's the bit that you go off and you stick in your comfort zone. So just question it a little bit as well. You know, what is it that's stopping you moving actually doing the things that you know is the things that you need to be doing? What are your little distraction techniques or sabotaging techniques that you're using on yourself? So these are the questions for you. Firstly, do you know exactly what you want? Lack of clarity on what your real outcomes are is often what leads us to going off on those different tangents. You know, so gaining clarity and focus is absolutely key. It's why it's such a big part of the start of my programs. You know, so what is it that you want to achieve? Where do you want to go? You know, it's like, you know, and I say this all the time. It's like getting in a car and setting off without actually knowing where you're actually going. You know, where you're going, and you could end up anywhere, couldn't you, when you do that? So have a think about there. What do you really want? What's your specific outcome? Start with the end in mind and then work yourselves backwards. And make a list of those specific things that you want to achieve. You know, be sure you write down what you want and not what you don't want. So be really clear about that and state it in the positive, you know. So your brain doesn't process negative. So when you're focusing on, you know, you're writing all of the things that you don't want, it doesn't do that. So make sure you're really clear, first of all, that you know what you want. What is the overall outcome? And then start bringing it backwards. You know, because by knowing that outcome, you've got something to aim for. You've got, a specific thing. And I actually always write I've got a great diary, and we talked a lot about diaries yesterday, and I think we're all obsessed with our diary. And I don't know about you guys, but one of the things that we were all talking about yesterday is how we've moved away from our phone as a calendar and actually moved back to paper diaries. And I absolutely love my paper diary, and I think actually a lot of the group suddenly bought the same one as me. It's the Law of Attraction planner that I've got, and it's absolutely fab. And it gives you a box in the top corner to write what your weekly goal is. What's your weekly outcome? So you've got that in the forefront of your mind. What is it that you do want to achieve? Because if you don't know that as a start, you're going to just be drifting. You're going to be just focusing on anything. So put it in your diary. You know, like I said, for me, I put it in the top corner. What is my goal for the week? And what is, you know, my financial goal as well? Because you get what you focus on. So, you know, I always put my financial goal and my outcome goal in my diary. So I know from the outset of my week what I'm planning for that week. It's a target that I'm working towards. And it gives you that framework to keep backtracking and working, you know, reviewing your own progress as well as you're going through it. Next question I want you to ask yourself is, are you focusing too much on the how? Are you trying to work out how you're going to do it all? You know, and are you getting yourself all wrapped up in the how? Because this is a biggie. You know, when we're constantly thinking about our desires. Oh, brilliant, Caroline, your diary is coming today. I'll put a picture in the group so we can all see that. Yeah, we love our stationery and our diaries, don't we? Fabulous, exciting. So, let go of the how. You know, when we're constantly focusing or thinking about our desires and worrying about how we're going to get there, or often it's us thinking, I'm not going to be able to get there, so how on earth am I going to actually reach it? So we then focus on the lack of it. We focus on the fact that we haven't got it yet, and then we get a bit impatient and we resist all the process then, and you know, we got these feelings of frustration then instead. Yay, Debbie, yours too. Oh, we're going to have very fab focused group, aren't we? Our program, very, very focused. We've all got our fab diaries. So let's put all our pictures in the group. But I want to see them with some clarity and focus in that group about you mapping out all of your things you're working on. So we'll work on that bit as well. That's great. Okay, so let go of the how. Let go of the how is the next one, because it blocks opportunities and possibilities coming to you. You know, it's not for you to think about the how. That's not your job to do that. Because, you know, when you're doing it, you focus your mind on the lack. It sends you off into a scarcity mindset. And often it's at times desperation. So Caroline, you're avoiding your weekly intention today. Okay, why are you avoiding it? What's going on? What is it stopping you doing? What's the real reason that what's come up for you? You know, and yeah, because avoidance tactics are the ways that we are, you know, there's something come up for us. We've got some fear of some kind that has come up for us, and it's kind of probably just, you know, trying to scare you a little bit. Because you're, you know, if by doing that, you're coming out of your comfort zone. And yeah, unconscious mind doesn't like us coming out of our comfort zone, does it? It likes to keep us all nice and comfy and nice and safe. So they're your you know, that's your techniques that you're using to avoid it. But it's great. It's great that you know about it now, because you can do something about it. Because we get what we focus on. So, you know, when we're sort of thinking about how we're not going to get somewhere, how it looks hard for us to get there, and worried about all of that, we bring more of that to us. That, you know, what we focus on expands. And, you know, if we focus on not having something, it's just not going to happen for us. You know, because we're just going to attract more of the absence bit. We're going to attract more of the lack part. We're bringing more of that to us, and we're going to stay on only wanting it. And want is one of those words that stays as a want. You know, we need to bring it into the now. We need to start acting as if now. So if you keep yourself in the vibration of already having it and being in that, you know, that mindset of and high vibration of I've already got it, then, you know, it's you know, you want to be excited about it coming without worrying about the when and the how. It's not for you to figure that bit out, so don't make it hard on yourself. So Caroline, we've got a comment coming up. It's the bad dream you had last night. I'm going to write it down, all the wins I'll get when I do it, and focus on the best case scenario. Absolutely, yeah. And our brain is a funny old thing. I know you had a bad dream last night and it brought up some stuff for you, but again, it's just your brain's way, your mind's way of kind of just going, ooh, she's trying to do something new here. She's stepping out and it's trying to just rein you back in. So you've got to actually just say, oh, thank you very much for bringing it to my attention. Thank you very much for that. But I'm okay. I'm absolutely fine. I'm okay, and I'm gonna do it anyway, and you're gonna go out for it. So that's where you work out there. You're gonna go out for it, work out, write down what are the worst case scenarios. What's the worst thing that could really happen? And then make sure you're focusing on, well, what's the best that can happen? And we're going to focus on that instead. Because again, you get what you focus on. So if you're focusing and you're kind of just pushing all of the other thoughts to one side, but you're focusing on the best scenario for you, then that's what you're going to get. Everything, we bring in everything into our own reality. We create our own reality. So if you're focusing on the worst case things, that's exactly what it will deliver to you, because that's, that's what you're bringing to yourself. That's what you're focusing on. So switch it to the best case scenario. And I know what the best case scenario for is, and I can't wait for it, Caroline. Yeah, you get what you focus on. Yeah, whether that's good or bad. So you know that. So make sure you only focus on the good when you're doing it. So, and I know yours is going to be so amazing. So the next one is making sure that you're focusing on the right action. We've gone through this process, we've set out what we want to achieve, we're all excited about it, and then we don't do anything. We ponder it. We just overthink the whole thing. We think of all of the nice things that we can do, but we actually then don't do anything. We just sit there and don't actually take the action. Action is key. Really is absolutely key. Because so many of us have all of this stuff in our head. So excited. A lot of us are, we're highly ambitious, we're entrepreneurs, or we want to change our life. So we have all of this stuff going around in our head. We know what we want to achieve, but then we don't take the action, which stays in our head. We never actually do the thing that we know we have to take to get what we want. So if it's that you want to launch a program, or if you want to change your career, for instance, then the first, you've got to start looking for a new job. You've got to actually take the action to do it. So, that's the one thing that we need to do, is to take action. Take the action. Without action, there's no results at all. So, but it's not just any action. So this is the bit that when we got to in the group yesterday, we have to make sure that the action we're taking is the ones that's going to get us our outcome. It's the stuff that's really going to have that traction for us and keep us moving forward. That's really going to get us our results. It's really easy to take the action that you're comfortable with. We talked about all of the different things that you could, you love doing all of the nice fancy things. But often that's not the action that's going to get us the outcome that we've set. I'm really stretching my ladies in the program. I'm really stretching them, and I know I'm stretching them. I'm getting them to step out of their comfort zones and take that inspired action. And these gut ladies are absolutely nailing it. They really are. Because lots of people busy themselves with doing stuff they really enjoy doing, you know, but it's usually the stuff that they find really easy to do, or it's the stuff that they kind of go, oh, well, I've been doing that for years, and that's the stuff that I know I can do. I feel really comfortable doing it. So they stick with that. And, you know, it's the stuff that's going to be the bit that takes you forward is the very thing that you don't want to do. So make a note of all of the things that you're kind of going, oh, I know I really should be doing that, but I keep finding every excuse under the sun to do everything but that. So make a note of what that is. And that's the thing that you've got to go out and do. That's the one thing that you've got to go out and chase. So make a note of it. Make a note of the thing that you keep putting off, the thing that you're writing on your to-do list but keeps staying on your to-do list, or it goes down the pile. And just question what's behind that. What is it that you're kind of stopping yourself doing? So focus on the activities that's going to move the needle for you. It's our habits that ultimately decide for us, you know, what we do and who we become. So we've got to get into these habits. We've got to get these right habits. So question yourself, is what I'm doing, is this really going to contribute to my life goals or my business goals or my desires of what I actually want? And I want you to do one thing, just one thing every day that scares the shit out of you. Do the one thing that's really taking you out of your comfort zone. It's only one thing. So do the one thing that really does scare you. And do a money-making activity per day as well. And this is not if you're in business. This is for if you are, you know, just in your life as well, you know, do one money-making activity, because that's taking you, you know, outside of your comfort zone again. So just do, again, this is one of everything. One thing that scares you and one money-making activity. And I want you to be taking the mindset of being willing to do whatever it takes for you to achieve success. You know, success doesn't happen in the comfort zone, so you've got to do whatever it takes. This is the stuff that you want, remember. This is not my goals, or, you know, these are your goals, these are your desires. And another great tip, I'm kind of bombarding you with tips here, aren't I? Another great tip that we've picked up in the group is to reframe the word tasks. And instead say intention. So as Caroline wrote there, she wrote about her intentions. So change the word task and say, what are my intentions for the week? It really changes your thinking, because sometimes tasks just sound really arduous, doesn't it? They sound hard work, and that could be something that puts you off. So if you are actually saying my intentions for this week, it's just a really nice way of putting something that's exactly the same in just a different way. It changes the way that you look at something. And finally, step into the person that you want to become. So, you know, what is your end goal that you want to be, of who you want to be? And I want you to think like that person. I want you to be look like that person, think like that person, and act like that person. So when you're procrastinating, when you're doing all of these other little tasks or intentions that you know that are all your comfy zone things, I want you to step back and ask yourselves, are these the actions that my six-figure business owner would take? So if that's your objective, your outcome is to be a six-figure business owner, would that six-figure business owner be tinkering with Canva? Would they, you know, be thinking about whether they could afford to do something, or could they outsource something instead? You know, so just think about that. You know, are the actions that I'm taking Are they what I would be doing if I had already become that six-figure business owner? So make sure you are acting, behaving, and carrying yourself in a way that is completely in alignment with your overall end goal. I hope you found those useful today. I hope you've enjoyed those, and please let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaways were of today's session. I'd love to know, and I'd love for you to I love hearing from people. So please message me with, when you've implemented any of these tips, how they've actually worked for you, what they've actually done for you. So have a go at that. Drop me a message, pop it in the comments, and let me know. And have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your afternoon, everybody. And I'll see you again same time next week. Bye for now.